Ranking the best corners in Madden 25. And boys, we are back here with another tier list update. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the cornerback position. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Now, before we do go ahead and get into the new cards right here, I want to update this old tier list where we are going to get the rank reward here soon. And I still think he is S tier. And the reason why he's S tier, really, like, yes, his stats are amazing, but the main thing for me is actually getting that pick artist ability for 1 AP. I think that's insane value, and that's also why I'm going to keep the 91 LTD prime time also in the S tier, because this card gets that 0 AP aka pick artist X factor. Also, I like the 1 AP universal on this cards, and Tariq Woolen's actually going to be in the A tier for me, and then everyone else is going to go down a singular tier. And the main reason Tariq Woolen is above these guys for me, of course, is he's 6'4", and I feel like that just gives him more of an opportunity to make some plays. I still really like AJ Terrell. I like the Warden. I really like a lot of these cards in this tier as well. Maybe we could see some debate if they should be A tier, but Tariq Woolen, I just think he separates himself with his height. Now, first off right here, we get some 85 overalls. We're going to get started with Cordell Flott, and this card is 6'1", so decent height, 87 speed, 88 acceleration, also does hit 88 zone, which this card could potentially be up to 90 zone coverage with strategy items. Honestly, the speed at DB, we'll talk about it more later, but you just got to keep in mind these cards have to potentially keep up with potentially like 95 speed Deshaun Jackson. And what you're going to notice today is we really don't have a lot of like actual affordable options that can do that. Also, this card has play ball near conservative. We're looking for play ball near aggressive, and Cordell Flott for me is going to be right by 87 Levi Wallace. He's going to be in the D tier for me. After that, we get 85 overall Dante Jackson. This card is 5'10", 88 speed, 87 acceleration. This time really doesn't have good coverage. Like, I think if you're going to be a man-based corner, right? Again, keep in mind the receivers he has to keep up with. These physical stats just really aren't it. He's not really a zone-based player either. 75 zone, not really going to react too well. And this card does have play ball near aggressive, which I do like. For me, the main thing again is just him not hitting good zone and him being a man-to-man corner with not the best physical stats in the game. And for that reason, I am between D or F for him. I like everyone more in D tier, man. I just don't love the low zone on the card. I'm going to place him in the F tier. Now, right after that, we get a season 4 card right here, Trevon Diggs, and this card can be upgraded all the way to the 94. I know in some of the previous videos, like the receiver video, some comments said not to even rank these cards or the 95s later, but I feel like they just are in the game, so we should rank them where I think they are. And based on how this card looks right now, he is 6'2", so really good height, 93 speed, 92 excel, 92 agility, 92 change direction. What I think is kind of crazy, right? I feel like this card right now, if you were able to get him to a 94, I don't even think he's an S tier corner. I think he's actually very fair, which I feel like we should just be able to get him to the 94. Kind of annoying that we can't. And this card also has 94 zone coverage, great zone, and you could potentially get the man up to 90 as well with strategy items. And this card does have play ball near aggressive. And of course, for abilities, this card can get the 0 AP pick artist X factor, but you got to complete in-game objectives to activate that. So it's not as good as Deion's X factor. And this card can get some knockouts, potential pick artist player as well. I like this card. Also, the film study too. Film study, I don't hate running that ability. For me, this Trevon Diggs card, I think he's in this A tier with Tariq Woolen right now. I don't think he's an S tier player, and you can say he's better than Tariq Woolen too. I just don't think he's as good as Talib, Deion Sanders, or some of the other S tier cards we're going to cover. And speaking of upgradable cards right here, we do have Marshawn Lattimore, and Marshawn Lattimore is in a very interesting spot for me. So he's 6 foot, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 88 agility, 88 change direction. Like, not the worst physical stats you're going to see. This card does have the 87 zone, 90 man, and also 90 press, and you could get the zone up to 90 as well. And this card, trade standpoint, play ball near aggressive, which we do like. Now, for base abilities on this card, he actually doesn't get the pick artist ability, which I don't love that, but I think this card is really, really good. I'm between two spots for Marshawn Lattimore. It's either B or bottom end of A, and I feel like he's more along the lines of like AJ Terrell in this B tier than Tariq Woolen and Trevon Diggs. This is a very good corner. If you chose him over Calvin Ridley, I don't think you're crazy. I thought he played really, really well. After that, we also get Cam Taylor-Britt, and Cam Taylor-Britt is 5'11". For some reason in my head, I always thought Cam Taylor-Britt was like 6'2". Don't know why, but 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 agility, 87 change direction. This time though, could easily get the zone up to 90, which I do like, and this card does have the play ball in air balance. I feel like he's a tier better than Cordell Flott, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and place Cam Taylor-Britt in this C tier. I think he's relatively solid, not a bad budget option at all. And now for the rest of the video, we just got 91 pluses, and the first one we got is Ty Law. And Ty Law, I feel like the biggest weakness on the card is the 5'11", right? And he does have good physical stats like 92 speed, 91 excel, 88 agility, 89 change direction. Not really bad at all. 87 zone again could get that up to 90. 90, 90 man, 86 press. And this time for traits, he does have that play ball and air aggressive. Now for basically every single corner we're going to cover, they're all going to get basically the same abilities, like the pick artist potentially. And some people are going to get like some zone knockouts depending on their art. Like Ty Law is a man-to-man corner, so he's going to get man knockouts, not zone knockouts. And Ty Law for me, I'm between again two spots, B or A. I'm going to go ahead and slightly put Ty Law in the A tier. I just feel like there's just not really a ton of good physically static corners. Being a little bit faster, being able to keep up with some of these receivers, I value that. So yeah, I'm going to place Ty Law in this A tier. After that, we get Sauce Gardner, and Sauce Gardner is 6'3", so really great height, 92 speed, 91 excel, 89 agility, 92 change direction with 90 man, 90 zone, 90 press. Phenomenal core ratings, like phenomenal. And this card also has play ball and air aggressive, which I really do like. The one weakness on Sauce though, he does get the 0 AP unstoppable pick arts. Potentially again, you got to complete in-game objectives to get that. The weakness is he doesn't get pick arts as a base ability and potentially get the mid zone knockout. Now I'm again between two spots for Sauce Gardner, and I decided that I'm going to place him top end of A, and I can't even see him debated S tier. I can. It's just the S tier guys. I feel like their discounts or Dion 0 AP, aka X Factor, I feel like that's just so valuable. Like these cards make more of a difference than Sauce Gardner. I don't hate to take if you say, if we throw abilities out, Sauce Gardner plays on that S tier level. Now my counterpoint to that is basically if you want your players to do anything in this game, need abilities. So yeah, if you want to catch interceptions, need abilities. If you want your zones to slightly react, need zone knockouts. Like, so yeah, that's the reason why Sauce is not S tier for me. After that, we get 92 overall Troy Vincent, and this card is 6'1", so pretty decent height, 91 speed, 92 excel, 90 agility, 90 change of direction, good balance of physical stats, 88 zone, 92 man, and 90 press, and you could get the zone up to 90. And this card also has play ball and air aggressive. Now, when we compare him though, team captain, they are basically right by each other because this card, you can easily get him on double theme teams and stuff. So I'm going to place Troy Vincent at 92. I'm going to place him also in the B tier as well. And maybe I could see him A tier, but I like him being Valley's team captain because a lot of people are running double or triple theme teams. And if you run a triple theme team, this card is better. I know there's a lot of like ifs in that situation, but just base card as well. I don't mind him being by Marshawn Lattimore and AJ Terrell. And right after that, we get 92 overall Trevon Johnson. This is a card that is 5'11", 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 88 agility, 89 change direction. And this time does have 90 zone, can get the man up to 90 and hits 89 press. And this time for traits, play ball and conservative, I don't love that. And abilities on Trevon Johnson, this is a card that again, pick artist and zone knockouts. And I don't mind Trevon Johnson, I just don't feel like he's on that A tier level. I feel like he's another corner that just is in this B tier, and I think you can debate placement throughout this tier. Now after that, we get to the 92 and 95 CBs, and this is where it gets tough because I know some people don't even want me to cover these cards, but they're cards in the game, so I feel like I should. And I also feel like it's good to say like how overpowered some of these cards are. Now the 92s are actually really good too, because again, keep in mind the receivers we got to keep up with, how slow the DB position is, because we'll go ahead and look at this real quick. And if we ignore the top end like 4 options, right, and we take a look at like Sauce Gardner, right? Sauce Gardner, 92 speed, we already covered that, of course. Now let's go to the receiver position, and you have to potentially keep up with like 95 speed Deshaun Jackson. Like, it's tough. Like the receiver position is just like so much like faster than CBs right now if you don't have like the most expensive CBs. And I also think that contributes to the state the defense is in now, because like DBs just are being statted like slower than receivers. Basically the offense has every single advantage in this game. It has an AP advantage. Even though defense has more AP, you need more abilities on defense to counter the offensive abilities. Like the offense getting 2 AP added like a slot apprentice or potential hot route master on Eli Manning, while defense just got another player that could catch their interception. So defense in this game from an AP standpoint, from the cards that are dropping, significant disadvantage compared to the offense in an already offensive game. So, but back to Team Diamonds, Chris Gamble, 6'1", 92 speed, 92 acceleration, has 93 man, can get the zone up to 90 pretty easily, and this card does have play ball and air aggressive. Now, he doesn't get the pick artist, which is a downside, but Chris Gamble, in my opinion, given this card's core ratings, I'm gonna go ahead and place him in the A tier. That would get 95 Chris Gamble, where his physical stats take a major jump and his scores ratings just are crazy. Also, play ball and air aggressive. Now, the biggest thing on Chris Gamble though is the fact that he gets 1 AP pick artist. Like, that is the major like thing on these team diamonds, is the discounts they can get. And for that reason, Chris Gamble is an easy addition to this S tier. Right after that, we get 92 Chris Harris Jr., who is 5'10", so a little bit shorter, but 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 90 man, 90 zone, 90 press. And this card also has play ball and air aggressive. Now for his abilities, he can get the pick artist. Also, he can get potential zone knockouts or man knockouts. I like this Chris Harris card. He is going to be another card that I place in the A tier. Obviously, the 95 takes a major step up with the physical stats, the coverage stats, and same exact traits as before. But the big thing on Chris Harris is the interesting thing. He doesn't get pick artist for 1, but mid zone for 2. I think that's kind of interesting. Now, do I think this card is worth his price? No. Like, I think Chris Gamble, like, honestly, if I were to really like separate this tier list, it would be like Talib Gamble, primetime S tier, this card A tier, these cards B tier, these cards C tier, like, and so on like that. But I'm just going to place him in the S tier right now. And I have very similar thoughts to Chris Harris and Lester Hayes. So Lester Hayes is 6'2", so has really good height, 91 speed, 92 excel, 90 agility, 91 change of direction, 90 man, 90 zone, 90 press, great coverage stats, good physical stats. This card also has to play ball and air aggressive, and Lester Hayes this time, from an ability standpoint, can get the pick arts, and he can get man or zone knockouts. And this Lester Hayes card, like the other 92 team diamonds, also going to be in this A tier. But now 95 Lester Hayes has 93 speed, 94 excel, 92 agility, 93 change of direction, so it takes a major step up there. The height didn't change, the man, the zone, the press, like 95 press is crazy, because with the press strategy item, you can get him up to 99 press. Play ball and air aggressive, and really the same abilities, but he does get some discounts. Flat zone for 1, I think is kind of interesting, and medium round knockout for 2. I don't love the man KOs. I don't think the man KOs are insane. I feel like man press is good if you win the press, and this card getting 99 press, he can win the press. And yeah, for me, Lester Hayes, very similar to Chris Harris, exactly what I said. I feel like these 3 cards right here are like the overpowered CBs, I guess I would say, when they really aren't even really that overpowered. But these 3 guys are really like the top 3, but these 2 cards are better than everyone in A. I just didn't really want to have 2 people in the A tier. And last but not least, right here, we did get Rod Woodson, and Rod Woodson is 6 foot, has 91 speed, 92 excel, with 89 zone, 94 man, 91 play rec. I'm just kind of disappointed. Like, the other 93 LTD that dropped in this promo was Isaac Bruce, that got a +2 speed advantage, right? So like, again, it's just offensive cards being statted a little bit better than defensive cards. But now, after Rod Woodson officially released, they did give him an additional speed point, but I really don't think that really changes where Rod ranks. Like, I still think he's in this A tier. Like, he's 92 speed now instead of 91. He can like move up in this tier, I guess, but I still don't think he's on this S tier level. Yeah, boys, this has been my updated thoughts on the cornerback position in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, though, you enjoy content like this, want to stay up to date with everything that's the best here in Madden 25, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you guys do want to go and see me use some of these cards live, have been streaming here on both YouTube and Twitch to watch on YouTube. Make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.